My name is David Monroe, and I'm 44 years old. For 13 years, I poured my heart into a family that was never mine by blood, but felt like it in every other way. I fell in love with a woman named Erica and raised her daughter, Skylar, as if she were my own. I wasn't just the man living in their home. I was a father, a partner, a provider. I kissed scraped knees, clapped proudly at school plays, and sat by Skylar's bedside through long nights when her asthma flared up. But in the end, the ones I called family turned their backs on me. And blood had nothing to do with it. Erica and I met when I was 30. She was 28, juggling 2 jobs and raising a 3-year-old daughter on her own. We met at a friend's engagement party. There was something real and grounded about her, something that pulled me in. I hadn't been searching for fatherhood, but with Erica and Skylar, it came naturally. Slowly we built trust. Erica had been left behind by Skylar's biological father the moment she announced her pregnancy. He vanished, never to be seen again. By the time Skylar was 5, she called me Dad. By 10, I was taking her to soccer practice, attending every parent night, and tucking her in each evening. When Skylar turned 11, I proposed to Erica. She said yes through tears. We never made it down the aisle, though. There was always some reason to delay. Money issues, her mother's illness, Skylar's busy school life. None of it mattered to me. We already were a family in every way that counted. I helped Erica go back to school and eventually launch her interior design business, with money from my own savings. I paid for Skylar's private school, her braces, her arts camps. When she was accepted to an expensive liberal arts college, I co-signed the loan and paid most of the rest out of pocket. I didn't hesitate. I believed in them. I thought we were in it together. But something shifted. Erica started to feel more like a roommate than a partner. She became distant, secretive, emotionally unavailable. I assumed it was stress. Then Skylar began pulling away too. The little girl who once ran into my arms stopped making eye contact. She started calling me David instead of Dad. The first time she did, it cut deeper than any blade. "You're not my real dad anyway, David. Why do you care what I do?" When I brought it up to Erica, she brushed it off. "She's a teenager," she said. "Don't take everything so personally." But the changes kept coming. They started going places without me. Skylar disappeared on weekends. Then one afternoon, I came home early and saw Erica in the backyard, laughing in another man's arms. Skylar was right there with them, smiling like it was the most natural thing in the world. Like I never existed. That night, I confronted Erica. She didn't cry or try to deny it. She just looked at me and said, "We've outgrown you. Marcus can offer us something else." Marcus, some tech entrepreneur with a polished smile and deep pockets. She talked like I was an old appliance she was replacing. I reminded her of everything I had done, the life I helped her build, but she just stared coldly and said, "There is no us. You're not Skylar's father, and we're not married. You'll get over it." And they left. No goodbyes. No thanks. They cleaned out our joint account. Skylar blocked me on everything. The home we'd made together turned into an empty shell overnight. I didn't just lose a partner and a child. I lost my purpose. I fell apart. I quit my job and disappeared into silence. I had no legal standing, no marriage certificate, no adoption papers, no rights. Just memories. But then, something inside me stirred. I remembered who I was before them. I used what savings I had left and moved across town. Took an entry-level job in real estate. It wasn't glamorous, but I had a knack for it. In less than a year, I outperformed agents with a decade of experience. 2 years later, I launched my own firm. I rebuilt myself. On my terms. Then one day, a message arrived from Skylar. "Hey David. I know it's been a while. I'm sorry. Do you think we could talk?" I stared at it for a long time. I checked her profile. She looked older, tired, worn down. I didn't respond. A week later, Erica called. I let it go to voicemail. Her voice trembled. "David. I know I don't have the right to ask for anything, but things didn't work out. Marcus turned out to be controlling, abusive. He kicked us out. Skylar dropped out of school. We're living together again. We have nothing. We miss you. We want our family back." I laughed. "Our family? The same one she discarded the moment someone richer came along? I wrote a reply. Erica, I gave you everything. My time, my love, my loyalty, and yes, my money. I wasn't a placeholder or a piggy bank. I thought we were a family. You proved me wrong. I'm not your safety net. Don't reach out again. That night, I sat on the balcony of my penthouse, the one I'd bought with commission from my biggest deal. I poured a drink, looked out over the city, and felt something I hadn't in years: peace. I had grieved a family that never valued me. I had mourned a role I was never truly allowed to claim. And now I lived for me. But it didn't end there. 2 weeks after I sent that email, I was served court papers. Erica was suing me. Her claim? That I had promised to support Skylar financially, like a father would, and had created an expectation of lifelong support. She wanted backdated child support for a child who wasn't biologically or legally mine. My lawyer laughed. This won't stick, he said. No marriage. No guardianship. No agreement. This is just desperation. But I still went to court. I needed to see it through. Erica looked worn and fragile in court. Skylar sat silently, never once looking at me. Erica cried, claiming I had inserted myself into their lives and made them dependent. The judge turned to me and asked, Mr. Monroe, do you have any written agreement promising indefinite financial support? No, Your Honor, I said calmly. I did it because I loved them. I wasn't buying anything. I believed I had a family. The judge nodded once. This case has no merit. Dismissed. Outside the courtroom, I finally got to say what had been buried inside me for years. I turned to Skylar first. I was there for every recital, every heartbreak, every nightmare. I gave you my whole heart. And you turned around and said I wasn't your real dad. Maybe you don't remember what I gave you, but I'll never forget how quickly you threw it all away. She didn't speak, just trembled. Then I looked at Erica. You taught me a hard truth. People don't really change. They just reveal more of who they are when the mask slips. You left when something shinier came along. And now that it's gone, you come crawling back. But you don't miss me. You miss the safety, the comfort, the love I gave you for free. That door is closed. I walked away without looking back. Months later, I ran into Skylar again. She showed up at an open house I was hosting, clearly unaware I was the broker. She was with a young man, likely her boyfriend. They were whispering nervously about credit checks and down payments. When she saw me, she froze. I greeted her with a professional smile. Later, I found her alone on the porch. Her eyes were red. I messed up, she said softly. I didn't know what I had. I crouched beside her. You were young, yes, but you knew what you were doing. You made a choice. And choices have consequences. She looked down. Can we at least talk sometimes? I stood up. You had a father once. But you buried him the day you walked away. And I left her sitting there, because some stories don't get a second chapter. Some bridges, once burned, aren't rebuilt. And some people only realize what love meant after they've destroyed it beyond repair. But by then it's already far too late.